step into the Ford League Lounge, a.k.a. this week it is the Leica Lounge. Keep that energy going, please. Welcome my guests. Demetri, MITCH, BARNETT. Boys, straight into it. Let's not muck around here. We've just watched those highlights and I made the cut. Funny enough, I made the cut. I was losing my head. I didn't see you two in it, though. What was your take on it? How'd you celebrate? Barnes, I'll start with you.
Yeah, very similar. Jumping up and down.
Hang on, the knee?
Yeah, the knee did hurt a little bit. Almost buckled, but all worth it. Just a great result.
Yep. Aish?
I was actually calling the game on the radio, so there wasn't much words being spoken.
Yeah.
And then as soon as Leica picked it up, it was Leica, Leica, Leica!
Yes, so you're telling me, like everyone else, even though you're there to broadcast the game, for this 30 seconds you turned into an out-and-out fan.
I did. Sorry to the people listening because they had no idea what was happening.
Yeah.
Except Leica had the ball.
Like, let's just touch on him in a more serious manner because, like, he's obviously got a lot of coverage off this, right? And I just want to say that for a 19, 20-year-old kid to produce something like this in that moment, now, I'm a firm believer that ball bounces to anyone else in that moment, we're sitting here having a completely different conversation. Like, is he still just surprising you just as much as he's surprising the rest of us, Barnes?
Yeah, definitely. I think Leica surprises himself.
Yeah. He's
just one of those kids and that he could have an off day and not play well, but still come up with a match winner like that. So, yeah, he's just he's a freak of a talent and, yeah, I'm glad he's playing for us.
Aish, let's talk about his position. Like, he's obviously back row.
Yeah.
But back rowers ain't meant to move like that, man.
Well, we've seen him play centre before his first game debut and almost do the exact same play, come up with a match winner. So, I mean, for him, the thing that impressed me the most is how he's turning into an 80-minute back rower.
Yeah.
Man, I'm so impressed. To be able to still move like that in the 80th minute, very impressive.
Yeah, 100%. Hey, let's get into some other talking points from that game because there was plenty, all right? And I touched on it briefly just then around, geez, we were moments away from having a completely different vibe around all of New Zealand, to be honest, right? Everyone that's associated with the Warriors could have been feeling a whole heap different. Now, a few that stood out to me, let's highlight a few. Wade Egan's try. Let's just go straight into it. Please roll this bad boy, because I'm sitting at home and I've got up, gone, yes, Wade-O, walked off to do some things, come back and gone, hang on, wait, what I miss? Now, looking at this even now, talking about it now, like, to me, it's still a try. What's your take on it? Don't have to agree, can disagree, but my take is try, out and out.
I'm heavily agreeing. I think when you play a fast motion, like, he's rolling and there is momentum in the tackle. Whereas I think, you know, when you play it in slow motion, it doesn't look as good.
Yeah.
But when you play it fast, I think it's an out-and-out.
Listen to this bit. Because this bit here,
he now makes a secondary motion to promote the ball to the line, and that's the only thing that makes the line. There's no momentum within the tackle.
I just don't get it. I don't get it. Like, that is wrong.
I see what the referee's saying.
Yeah, but what the bunker is saying is actually wrong. Like, he's saying that there's no momentum in the tackle. Although he extends the arm...
That's the thing.
But
and the slow motion, though.
Yeah, to my point, though, to even sit there and view that, to say that he's still not moving in the tackle, I'm watching it as he's saying it, and you can see him still rolling forward. So, you know what I mean? I'm saying the body does get there, so there is still momentum in the tackle.
He's been flung to the ground, so there's got to be momentum in the tackle, I believe.
Yeah.
Like, he's been swung.
There was another one over the weekend, the Sharks game. Let's pull this one up. Now, plays, bring your back rolls under, fish through the middle, tied defenders. Like, this is a similar one. Now, you look at this, right, and off what we've just seen with Wade-O, what's your take on this one?
Yeah, so this one, if you're going to say Wade's is a no try, because, to your point, Mitch, they slowed it down. That's where I'm at. If you slow it down, his arm's there, and that's what you're seeing, that's what you're calling, this has to be the exact same, because there is, at one stage, a rooster hand on him while the hand and the ball-carrying arm is on the ground.
Yeah.
So that should be a no try too, I believe.
Yeah. Well, that's a fair statement. Now, let's just keep encouraging Wade-O. If you're watching this, get out and run, mate.
Run, brother.
It was an out-and-out try, bros, all right, from here at League Lounge. Hey, we're on your side. Let's talk about back fence Dimi. Now, Demetri, like, this kid, obviously a lot of hype around Leica, and rightly so, but this guy is proving to be one of the staples in our pack, a pack that's had a lot of challenges, right? And, man, Barnes, I want to really let you take it away with this guy, because what I see is he's offering us something that we miss with a few people, right? We miss. So, what do you make of him?
Yeah, just Demetri, what he's doing well for us is setting the tone. And he's doing it, best part about him is he's doing it training.
Yeah.
And it transferring into his game. And he started this year not playing big minutes, and now he's producing them more and more each week as he's needed, and I think doing a really good job. So, still so young, just like Leica. Like, it's crazy.
Like, to produce this sort of stuff back-to-back weeks, I think setting the tone both in the second half, maybe?
Yeah.
Where he's picking out someone just to go, you know what, boys, if we're going to give ourselves a chance tonight, this is the stuff we need. There's a few boys in the club, few juniors coming through that aren't afraid to voice their confidence and put it out there, right, into the ether that, like, hey, I'm here to make my mark. And Demetri's one of them. I know he had a chat with Webby pre-season around challenging himself to want to be a part of the 17 week to week. I'm starting to go to that next step further. Is he a chance of starting? Can we use that sort of intent and from the start age? Do you see it, or do you like how they're using him?
I like how they're using him at the moment. And I think the other front rows like Fish, obviously, and Jackson Ford are doing a great job. Marato as well when he comes up. But there is a stage where I think he will start. And we saw moments, I think, in the Sharks game where he can play bigger minutes and still be effective.
Yep.
So I think there is a chance that we may see it. But at the moment, I like where they're at.
All right, third and final, the right edge defence. Now, we had Dallin sit on the couch a couple of weeks ago, and we were open and transparent around justifying some of the decisions made. So as we look at a couple of these clips, obviously it was a tough night out for the right edge and Dallin in particular. And we know Dal, we know he's filthy at it more than anyone else, and he'd be in there trying to right his wrongs. But like, I just want to say, like, he got it wrong. Yeah, I think we can comfortably say that. He got a lot of those decisions wrong. And unless you've been out there and experienced those sorts of moments, you probably wouldn't understand how fast it can actually snowball. Now, you've been around Dal since. What were your conversations with him? What did you make of it? Give us a little bit of insight there, Barnes.
Yeah, just obviously it's a mental game, and you boys know as well as me. It's sometimes when you get an error or whatever, it can play on your mind, and you still think about that.
Yep.
And I think in that instance that he might have been thinking about he should have been better there, and you know, the roll ball, for instance, like you know, he got pulled up for that, and that's all of a sudden been a crackdown on that.
Let's not get started on that.
I know. So
right.
yeah, that's obviously sort of he's gone into his head a little bit, and then he might have got one wrong defensively, and it snowballs a bit. But he went in the second half. He corrected it at half time.
He did,
and it was rock solid. So he did turn it around.
Yeah, Dal's a world-class player. Dally and Winger only a couple of seasons ago, so I've got no doubt in the world he's going to bounce back, and the right edge in particular are going to bounce back because it is a collective thing. Now, personal player moment. Time for the personal player moment. Yes, here we go. Tane Tor Picky this week, team. Yeah, make some name for him. Tane, bro. Like, now, a guy who just stays ready, and for these moments here, like honestly, the grit, determination he showed to make these efforts, turn around, hit the jets to track these boys down. Special, mate, special.
And the word you didn't use, I think, is patience.
Yeah.
Man, he just waited, and he was waiting for his teammates to get there or even them to make a move.
Yeah.
And the patience he showed and that pace he's got to turn and chase, man, what a player.
Oh, I know. Tane Tor Picky is on at the moment. Hey, we're going to take a quick break, but first, here's a few of our favourite match winners from over the years. See you on the other side.
And a little kick in behind the line by Hohire, a second kick from Locke. He's got speed to burn. Here comes the Roadrunner, and he's won the game.
Will they go to the air? Johnson done. And Lawrence and Takira go up, and it's down with the ball on the ground. The Warriors think they've scored.
Look out, they may score on this play. Mannering, Johnson decides to come back in field. Johnson gets dancing. Johnson, no way. Johnson has run over to score. This is incredible. This is ridiculous. He gets his fourth chance. It's charged down. Play on Warriors. Charging through. Halasima can score for the Warriors. Unbelievable. Stupendous moment. Rugby league. You undefeated, beautiful thing.
Good luck. Who else, man? Leica Halasima, yeah, he is our dad's pie. Meat pie try of the round. Now, that's enough of Leica League Lounge, I think. Should we move on? Yeah, we're happy to move on, team. What a gun, though, what a gun. Can we have a look at a few of the fixtures, results, sorry. It's time for the wash-up. Boys, A full round of footy. How good is it? One game. Actually, there's a few games there, but let's start with the Sharks first. Roosters. Sharks winning that one 31-18. A pivotal game, actually. Both congested in the middle of the table fighting for that top 8 spot. And I just thought, yeah, it was a gun game. In particular, like Blake Brayley, on another planet right now. A platform being laid by our good mate, and this guy's reaping the rewards, Barnes.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, you know, you spoke about ads, just laying the platform. This guy's just, I think he's a form player in the NRL at the moment.
Yeah,
so,
wow.
Browse is playing really well.
Aish, you took all that chat?
Yeah. I love everything that Barney just said. So.
He is, he's like, man, his ability just to get out, manipulate the ruck, everything's just upfield. A big fan.
Well, you were there, or you were commentating the game.
Yep.
What did you see from the Roosters? Because it looked like they were just rushing a bit
Mate,
at times.
Yeah, Roosters, it looked like they wanted to score every time they had the ball. Now, they play this style of footy where it's sideline to sideline, and I think they were down maybe 12 points in the second half, and then they go on to complete one of their next 9 sets or something silly, right? So they weren't prepared to do it the tough way, play the slow game to get themselves in a position, and yeah, they got some interesting selections to be made, Because if they want to be there or thereabouts, I don't think they can sit with the current side. Yep. Let's get into Manly Storm because again, another game that Manly desperately needed, highlighted by a few crucial plays. This one in particular, boys. Let's touch on Ruben Garrick's effort here. Now, hey, a try for the Storm, and what a try it was. But I just want to get visuals on this bloke because he pushes him out to the sideline, Coates to dive in the corner on a runaway try. Now, look at the final score, right? Nick Meaney would go on to miss that kick. I'm thinking those are the plays that are going to give Manly a sniff, and we know if they get their game on, their ceiling is as high as anyone else's.
It is, and I love the style of footy they play, and their backs are against the wall at the moment. I know even Simpkin got ruled out, so our mate Jazzy had to play the rest of the game at 9, so would have worked out. The gut would have got a bit smaller for him.
Jazzy.
Look, to play that and go to Melbourne and win by 2, like, huge effort.
He was actually really good. I actually asked Seabold post-game around Jazzy, and he just had massive raps for him. Hey, shout out to our boy Jazzy too, baby. Hey, still a fan favourite here, but first win in Melbourne, baby. And I knew it was for Jazz. You could see how stoked he was post-game too. So, yeah, happy as for the bro, happy as. But Bunnies, again, lads, they're struggling. But Panthers, 6 in a row. A team that scares me. I've said it before. A team that can really scare us at the back end going down, well, 30-10 winners. Barney, thoughts?
Yeah, they look really good, and you know, this man, Bill Edwards, about to score here. He led the way. He went through his stats, are ridiculous. So I just think he's sort of leading the way there with the blokes like Yowie and stuff like that. So it's, you know, it's not good for us to see, but it's great for the fans, I guess. Just
like in terms of that to see, is there much noise or talk inside the camp around what's happening below you? I mean, man, we can say no, but it's always somewhat there, right?
Yeah, no, because it probably is externally, I guess, but, you know what it's like. You're looking at yourselves when you're trying to, you know, compete for those spots, but now I'm a fan watching every week. I'm definitely looking at it and I'm a bit nervous.
All right, love it. How good is it actually to digest a bit of footy? Other teams as well. There's other teams that play in this comp, apparently. All right, time for a quick break, but stick around with us because on the other side, we will preview the boys as they take on the Titans this week at Mount Smart. Yes, last seg. Teamless Tuesday. Can we please have a look at the Warriors team to take on the Titans this weekend? Ooh, woo, changes. Our boy C&K is back, which means, damn, it's hard for me to say this. Tane Tuapiki at 18th man. I can't quite wrap my head around that. Nothing against Chans, obviously, but after what we saw from Tane over the weekend and what we've seen from Tane over the weekend, I don't want to throw you in the deep end here, Barnes. Is there any smoke and mirrors here? Is Webby playing mind games or what?
No, I reckon that'll line up under 17 as is, mate. So there'll be no changes there.
Yeah, hey, a good-looking side that, with that consistency of roster, you know, like backing up week to week, it's only going to benefit us. Let's have a little look at some of Nuck's work and what he brings back to us, though. And he is the running back. He is the guy that will put his body on the line for the boys constantly. No doubt they'll be getting up for it.
Yeah, definitely. Mate, it's a big game for us here at home again. And you're just looking at what Nucky he does. It's pretty you forget pretty quickly when blokes are out. But he's been the heartbeat of this team all year. So, we'll welcome him back with open arms.
Yeah. Now, the Titans may be sitting in 17th place or wherever they're at, but still plenty of threat. Damn. They're a side, they're always dangerous to play, no matter where they are. So let's chat on a few of those. Now, the likes of, Kieran Foran, Brimson, Campbell, these guys are going to be in the game, well and truly, and we're just seeing some of this footage, Aish. We've got to be on high alert.
You do, and you got Dave Fafita. I think he'll probably come into that team as well this week. So when he has his moments in games, he's very strong. But this team's fast.
Yeah.
They are quick. And if you're late on your assignment, just 1 second, you're going to have Khan Pereira coming through the middle, Brimson. Jaden Campbell at 7 is another fullback, really, essentially, who's got those ball handling skills. So it's a scary team. And I know you boys faced them the last couple of years.
Oh, yeah, we said we don't really need to talk about that. Barnes made it quick to note he wasn't a part of the team that lost by 60 to them last year. I'm glad I could sit here and actually preview them and not have to go out and deal with them. Let's just say it that way. But Barnes, a big out for them. Tino? Stars are aligning, man. I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but come on. This is a real good chance for us to go after and bank these 2 points and start this run home.
Yeah, definitely. Well, all games are won and lost up the middle.
Yeah.
Having Big Tino out, obviously, helps our chances as well. So, obviously, an Origin player. So, it's great for us that he's out. Not so good for him. But I think it's a great opportunity, like you said, to, go after him, and get a win here at home.
Yeah, will that be the underlying message all week, you think, from within the four walls? More about, I guess, of the performance as opposed to the result from last week. Lots of chat around areas we're going to improve, looking at ourselves as opposed to who we're playing.
Yeah, definitely. We need to improve on last week. If we're being realistic, it's a game that, we won, but there was some areas that we need to improve on. So we'll look at that this week. We'll train it. But like Aish said, they're a fast team. So it's a different challenge to what we had against Newcastle. You need to be good all across the park, especially on the edges. So, it'd be exciting to see us go out there and, get that win.
I think you guys are the best when you are kicking to a corner, you've got that chase and you just suffocate teams. And we saw the Titans last week go into half-time with the lead and just sort of crumble in that second half. Is that, as a half, is that what you'd be looking for this week, kicking to the corner and just suffocating?
I am talking to my boys around keeping the ball in play, lads. Let's just... We have got evidence, all right, when I say we, I'm talking about the Warriors, that our game holds up against the best of them. We have got such clarity around what our best performance looks like and what we're trying to achieve. Now, I don't think the Titans can sit there and say the same thing. So you can't make the game easier for them than it has to be, you know what I mean? You've got to continue to apply that pressure. And it's almost like back your work to make them self-implode. It's one of those sorts of situations. And we saw it last week, man. With that second half they tossed up, with the wind behind them, you just can't do that in this grade. And I've got no doubt the Warriors will be building on last week because I love just hearing that chat around not letting the result necessarily dictate our tone for the week. It's all about the performance. That drives it. Man, we're going to be all right because last 2 times, I don't know if you guys know this, boys, last 2 times these blokes have come to Mount Smart, they have got us.
Wow.
And both those times they weren't running red hot. They weren't like last year when we played them in Gold Coast and they actually were hitting some form. These were 2 games we should have probably won. But it just shows you, against these sides, they can be so tricky to handle. Like you said, speed on the edges, it's always a secret weapon. Another bloke I just want to touch on, boys, Fozzer, Kieran Foran. Now, came out a couple of weeks ago, announced his retirement. He is, honestly, I hold him up there with one of the best I've played alongside. And I think what he's done in the game, how he's played the game for so long, he deserves the flowers he is about to receive.
Yeah. Mate, I totally agree. And I've got fond memories of playing him just as I was debuting, probably the same year or a year earlier.
What year was that?
It was a long time ago.
Is that 98? No. 2009.
Yeah, something around there.
Okay. Yeah.
But him just coming down a short side, and you'd get, a half who would run across field, but Foz would always take you down a short side, and he's coming.
Yeah.
But it is just so hard to defend when he plays straight. And then when you've got the ball and trying to attack him, you're going to cop a whack.
Yeah.
Just Foz will just put his body on the line.
Yeah.
It's what he's done for every club.
Yeah.
And he's still going.
I think it's going to be a special night because I think the Warriors are planning on doing something to acknowledge his services, and in particular, obviously, he had a stint at the club as well. And he actually showed a lot of us, myself included, how the game should and can be played. Now, obviously, my game is completely different to his, but there's elements of the way he attacked things that I was envious of, man. Like that no fear, that straight bite down on the mouthguard and influence your teammates through effort. He was probably one of them up there. Another player, I think it was like Tommy Lulawai, that really got me going. So really excited to see a good mate, Foz, out there this weekend. And hopefully, respectfully, hopefully it's not too good a day for him, you know, and our boys go to work. But, yeah, it's going to be a really good day out there at Mount Smart. Triple header. We've got Cup, we've got the ladies. And I just want to encourage, if you're watching this at home, get out to Mount Smart early and get behind all three teams, you know. Like, we don't need to sit here and convince you. We shouldn't have to. Couple of bloody 13, 14 on the bounce. They're into it right now. The women, they're going about their work. They are looking to bounce back from, obviously, a disappointing outing last week. But they're going to be there, and so are our boys. So get around them, all right? Time for the Ford fan question. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's time to get very opinionated, boys. If you get tackled mid-air in the other team's in-goal, should you be rewarded a penalty try? Tackled in the in-goal as you're going up to compete for the ball to score a try. Is that a penalty try? Yes or no? Elaborate, if you will.
Penalty try is hard for me. I think every situation is different, but it's definitely a professional foul. I think we need to sort of come out with a bit of a black and white rule. As you can sort of see, a few examples. Like we had one on the weekend, it was just a penalty. But I just remember back in Origin, Brian Toy tackled Coates at half-time, just before half-time, and got 10 in the bin. So I don't really know the difference, but you boys...
Oh, mate. I don't really know. I think that like you already touched on it, every scenario is different. If they don't catch the ball and they get tackled in the air, obviously still a penalty, or depending how they land. Yeah. But I think you could award a penalty try, possibly if he catches it in the air and he's in the act of scoring. Yeah. There's certain boundaries, I think. It gets very messy.
I would say this. Teams and fans, well, fans actually, want to see our athletes climbing the ladder and scoring these spectacular tries, right? Am I right, audience? Yeah. Yes, I am. Thank you. So we should be looking to promote that. Yep. Now, if that means making those wannabe tacklers second guess, man, should I do this, by making the punishment greater, then I'm all for that. All right, because we've got a strike weapon out there that we're not really getting to see him execute at that level, right? And you just saw clips of it. So, yes, to answer that question, send him off for good, mate. Don't let him come back on. How about that? All right, how about that? Can we just get into some of the fixtures coming up this week? Big round, another big round. All these rounds are going to start getting really interesting. Aish, anything there that stands out to you?
Apart from the Warriors game, obviously, the Roosters Storm. Yeah, definitely. I think the Roosters will be trying to bounce back. He touched on their team, and the Storm also trying to bounce back from a loss. So I think, it'll be a big clash.
Barnes, anything else there?
Yeah, I'm on Dogs Manly. I just think Manly knocked off Melbourne last week. Dragons nearly got the Dogs as well. So I just think, Manly are in an interesting phase. You know, they're chasing that 8, and a win here could, really push them.
Well, hey, here's to a good round of footy. That's all we've got time for. I really want to take this time to thank our guests. Make some noise, please, for the guests. Our live audience, you guys have been amazing. I would love to thank our sponsors. We've got Ford, Purcell and Dad's Pies. Without you, this isn't possible. Enjoy your footy this weekend, team. We'll see you the same time, same place next week. Ciao now. Let's go.